Hello, everybody. Hi, hey, hey. Long time, oh, long time no see. How you guys doing? We are back on, guys. We are back on. Um, I'm waiting, guys. I am waiting so we can get started. You got 1 hour with me. So you guys got 1 hour. Where's my? I'm always looking for things. Where's my order? Oh, here we go. Yeah, happy Wednesday, guys. Happy Wednesday to you all. We are back on to business ideas. So get in here, guys. Get in here. Before you get in here, make sure you hit a thumb up before you come in here. I'm back here. Okay, let's share this live so other people can join. But I'm going to start off with this. There's this boy that passed away in Mississippi, and they're saying that he hung himself. First of all, I'm going to say this. My prayers go out to him, let his soul rest in peace, and his family as well. You know, um, it just don't make no sense, guys. It don't make any sense. How can somebody unalive themselves? Can you explain the bag that his body was found in hanging up in the tree? Can you explain that? It don't add up. But I pray that justice is served, that it found whoever did that. You know, it's sad. Anyway, so I got a little bit of video to play before we can get started, guys. If you can watch this live later, you know when I'm come on here, I'm in business, so I'm not here waiting around and wasting more time. My time is very valuable, though, so I use it wisely. I don't throw it away. So let's go to this. Also in Monrovia, now they are not allowing people to sell on the side of the road. It's the same thing here in the U.S. The catch you selling on the side of the road, you can get arrested on the spot. But they're putting that into instead in Liberia. They are also telling people to go, and I'm going to show you the clip. We ain't going to watch the whole thing. I'm going to show you a little bit clip. They are telling people to go to where they're doing the market, where the marketplace is supposed to be. In a certain town in the city, you are not allowed to sell. So if you're somebody out there who is selling, look for the place that everybody goes to sell. That's where you go to. Don't be out in the street, especially in the city, because I mean, I don't blame them because you have to keep the place has to be maintained. It has to be clean, not trash piled up all over the place. So if you're into market business and you're selling your little bit duca flare on the street, go where everybody's at, because that's where they're telling them to go. So let me get the video so I can play a little bit. I'm not gonna win. I ain't gonna play the whole thing, but I'll play just a little bit, and you guys can roll with it from there. If you're not seeing the title on my video down here, I normally do the title stuff later. Okay, but we are back to business. If you're watching me, that is. Let's see. We are back to business idea, and that one. You bear with me. I'm here messing around. I'm giving you guys the opportunity to tune in. Okay, that's what I'm doing, sweetie. That's exactly what I'm doing. So we're gonna play the little clip real quick that I have found on YouTube. Okay, the safety has to be clean. It has to be clean, guys. It has to be clean. Okay, I understand you guys. Some of you be saying about how am I supposed to sell my things? How am I supposed to the other places to go sell your things? Okay, there are other places to go to sell your things at. So make sure this is turned up and turn this off. Ooh, that is bright. And oh, hold on. You see, I'm still prepping. That's the whole part of the reason why it took me a time before I can get started because I've been waiting on you guys to tune in here. I've been waiting on y'all. So, there will be no street selling. That's to keep the place clean. You see? They are asking y'all to go down Waterside. But in that area where they at, you cannot sell because you will get arrested. They say you're gonna take your market to Waterside. They say you're gonna take your market to Waterside. Make the garden a street as well. So now the government is carrying on this exercise to make sure and ensure that there will be no street selling, illegal flying. So I ask you to leave a if this is commendable. So not only that they're making the messes in the street, they are covering other people's businesses, the one that really paying taxes. Okay? So, and then make it harder for cars to go by. So that's what they want everybody in that Waterside. Go to Waterside if you're out there selling and you're living in Liberia. I'm breaking the news to y'all. They say you're gonna go to Waterside to go sell your market then. Don't sell it in that area because if they catch you, you will be arrested. That's gonna take effect soon. They made a video that was 21 hours ago. This video was made. Probably already has taken effect, but I will double check it. But yeah, take your market to Waterside. You don't want to be in this area, you will get arrested. It's the same thing here in the U.S. In the U.S. here, you don't see too many people, not at all. If you do, it's going to be few. I seen few on social media where this guy was selling stuff on the side of the road and he got arrested and they got rid of his stuff. But yeah, that's to keep the place clean. Okay? So you're pushing everybody to Waterside. That's where you need to go. Waterside. Everybody need to go to Waterside. Welcome to my life. Everybody need to take their business to Waterside and go sell it. Not in this session down here because, like I said, they're going to start arresting people. Okay? Not only that you're blocking in other people's businesses, these are the people that making messes because, you know, they will just throw it. Well, you know what I'm talking about now. I don't even have to describe it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, guys, I just brought the news. This is a very long video, so we're not going to watch the whole thing. We got to move on back to our business idea. My dear, I cannot understand what you're saying. I don't speak India. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't speak it. Probably when I get up, I have to click on translate and trying to figure out what is it that you're saying. I have no idea. But anyway, thank you for showing up. I should appreciate you. Anyway, guys, that's the news. I just gave it to you. I brought you guys the tea. Some of you that live in Liberia, some of you don't keep up with the news. So here I am. I'm bringing you the news. I'm bringing you guys the tea. If you're in an area you don't want to get arrested, pack your loads and go. Go to Waterside. Don't be telling the people, oh, but I'm hustling. Yeah, praise the Lord that you're hustling. I'm grateful that you're hustling. Because there ain't nobody going to. That's why God has given these hands. Your hands must be put to work to be able to put something in your mouth to eat. Okay? Don't let them go to waste. Ain't nobody going to give you anything for free. But this is what I come in at. Business idea. I'll bring you a whole lot of ideas. It's for you to take it and run on with it. Do your own research, the most part. Okay? But anyway, we are done with that. So don't break your iPod. I had this for years. And it still works marvelous. Don't break your little iPad or tablet. It's not, it's the same. So we are going to, where's my little charger? You know when I come on here. I'm still prepping them. This thing was slipping. When I come on here, hold on. We gotta watch this video as to where they came. They are in order. So we cannot be starting. Okay. So let's see here. Beautiful. All right, so let's go ahead and start up with oh wow. Salary and wealth. Okay, that's what we're supposed to start up with, guys. We'll do 1 hour, then we'll come back later and do the rest.
No matter your crew, Toyota has an SUV for you.
This is commercial, guys. I'm not in control of that. Go now.
For 36 months.
Yeah, that was so slow. So slow.
If you don't break that cycle of hand to mouth will come.
Get your notes ready, guys. This right here.
It's always difficult to start. The 1,005 job can.
You would need to write stuff down.
So the risks around the 1,005 is equally as high as if you are starting your own job. The fear is in your mind. If you are investing or
well, if you're always afraid that things is not going to go according to you, then you will never succeed.
You don't need to keep your.
You will never succeed. Why is so dark?
To go and see the money in your account and withdraw it. Now you're speaking about.
If you're not willing to take risks, I don't know how you're going to succeed. Failure is what gets you what you need to be. So if you're scared of that, I don't know what else to tell you.
Easier ones to go down. You use a meter.
financial instruments that people can invest their money in, what would you?
When you talk of financial instruments, there are multiple. I'll run through a number of them. So the first thing is that you need to understand.
Thank you so much for tuning in and being part of the family. So today I've got Mr. Patrick Bankwa here, and he's a financial analyst and an advisor and a planner. He has a business that helps people to step into their wealth creation properly. What can you invest your money in? What does the market look like for you? What rates are currently available? As a matter of fact, if you're not entrepreneurial, but you're rather somebody that want to put your money somewhere that can grow over time and have a lovely pension, this conversation is for you. Wherever you are on the continent, today's conversation is packed with
This right here is just not, it's not just for Africa, that's
you understand money.
all over the world, even here. Okay?
And again, you're welcome to my studio.
Thank you. Thank you.
I've watched a lot of your stuff, especially on Facebook.
Sure.
You post a lot.
Yeah, I do.
Sometimes you
Guys, I'm going to try to post at least 5 times a day.
I don't know whether it's banking rates.
I'm going to try to post at least 5 times a day.
People really like what you're doing for them.
Thank you. Thank you.
My first question to you is, why do you do what you do?
Okay, so I think that I developed this particular passion when I went into the banking space. So in 2013, I joined a bank. And in the banking space, I met a number of people, young, old. And what I realized was that a number of them had little or no knowledge about what they need to do with their money. And in the banking space, you get to learn some of these things on the job. And at the time I was entering into the banking space, I was already a chartered banker. So I had the qualification in banking, but I was to practice and now get experience. So as I met these people, I realized there was a big gap between what people actually should do and what they are not doing. So then I saw an opportunity to take a step, walk people through the journey of life when it comes to their finances. And so I started somewhere in 2015, 16, by beginning to share this kind of posts. And later I graduated to do videos.
Getting
And that's
cloudy
where I
up
am
there,
at the moment.
guys.
So there was a big gap, and I don't think that we are still there yet. There are a number of people, some are even bankers, who don't even have the basic requisites when it comes to financial planning. You'll be shocked, but you engage them. So that for me is the drive towards what I do.
Amazing. And what is financial plan?
Financial plan is basically having a plan around where you are now financially and where you want to get to tomorrow. No matter
That's financial plan, where you are now and then where you try to get next.
It goes into your career, it goes into your retirement. All of these things come into what we call financial planning. And if you don't have that, you will be working, earning some money, but at the end of the day, you wouldn't be able to account for what exactly you use the money for, because now it becomes, as it were, I earn the money I spend, I earn the money I spend. There's no plan, there's no goal that you are pursuing with your income.
Yeah.
That's what having a financial plan is all about.
Okay. So I have a day job and I earn 5,000 cedis.
Sure.
Every month. Take me through a plan that will help me secure to have a better pension time.
So the first thing you need to do is that you have 5,000 as your income. You need to draw a budget.
Let me share this live, guys, on my auto page.
So basically,
I can't do it from here.
You have your income side, which is in this case 5,000. You don't have any other side hustle. You stick to the 5,000. And now you go into the breakdown. How do I intend to spend this 5,000 every month? So consider what we call the essentials and non-essentials. Essentials are basically your food, your water, transportation, and your rent. These are essentials. Sometimes essentials can be non-essentials. Okay, in the sense that a rent of, let's say, 2,000 will give you a place to lay your head. The same being a rent of 1,000 can also give you a place to lay your head. Depending on your level of income, if you choose a 2,000 as a way of classified as essential, it may not be an essential for you, because you take 2,000 from your 5,000. What it means is that you are just left with 3,000 that are going to break down to every other expenses. Trust me, it will not be enough. So that means that you may have enough to spend on some investment that will help you to build a future that you want for yourself.
Mm.
So you classify the essentials well, make sure the figures you are putting by them are realistic, at the same time, things that will help you to meet your future goal.
ChatGPT, what's a future-proof business in 2025?
A future-proof business in 2025 is.
Then you come to the non-essentials. Things that maybe additional shoe, additional bag, you've seen something that is nice you want to buy, you keep them. And then you have a portion for investment. An investment here is not only financial instrument. It can be buying and selling of things. These days we do a lot of drop shipping. You can get some item that you want to buy. Or if you want to go into a pension plan, you can channel that investment component into a pension plan and build it over time. Once you do this, this becomes the base of whatever plan you want to build. So when I meet people and we are able to do this particular budget, by the time we are done with the budget, all other questions have been answered because your insurance will be covered in your budget, your pension will be covered in your budget. If you have a business idea that you want to put some money aside, you cover it in the budget.
Mm-hmm.
And then you now go into the mood of now putting it into practice. Having the budget is one thing, but putting the budget into practice by
It's
way of
another
setting up
thing.
the product that you want, by way of starting the business that you want, is the second part of it. And that's where most people struggle because you help them to build the budget, but in terms of implementation, then the excuses will come in.
What are some of the things that you can say to help us to be able to implement it?
So the first thing is that if we draw up a budget, let's ensure that we stick to products that are matched to, especially issues relating to investment. So I don't like people trying to do the investment themselves. If you can automate, try and sign up a product that will automate and deduct from your source. That's if you are in a formal sector. So that your money comes on a particular day of the month, you are deducted into that investment plan. If it's insurance you want to do, is done in that way. If it's about your food and rent, nowadays you can just do a quota. If it's about planning for the food for the month, if it's buying in bulk, you buy it in bulk, and now you go ahead of it.
And that's
If
the
it's about
best way to go, buy a book.
in a month, it's 500 cedis. You do your own breakdown that in a week you are supposed to spend less than 100 cedis.
For only business, guys. It's not for like home because it's going to spoil. You ain't going to have time
Each day is
to
20
eat it
cedis.
all at one
When you
time.
do
So
this way, you have
only for business, buying stuff in
everything
bulk.
and it makes implementation very easy. If it's about rent, and you know that currently as we speak, you are renting about 1,500. And you know the 1,500 is not sustainable because you don't have any extra income. Then whilst you are winding down the rent, think of a place that is lower in terms of the cost, at the same time, a nice place that you can afford. These are the implementations that you need to put in place. I wouldn't say it's an easy task at all. It's not easy. But if
You're
not
welcome.
able
Welcome
it
to my
at
live.
least
Yeah, please share the live, guys. Share the live so other people can know that we're here.
taking steps within the 5,000 may not be very pleasant, but it's necessary.
Do you still think it is possible for somebody that earns 5,000 cedis to still have a good financial plan?
Positive. Even 2,000.
From the way you described it, it sounds so difficult and it sounds almost unable to achieve.
I wouldn't say it's difficult in the sense of difficult. It's just that it needs a bit of discipline.
Exactly.
A number of people are not disciplined. Most of us are not disciplined, including myself. So we set out to say we are doing this with this amount. We end up going overboard, especially when you have pressure from society, peer pressure, family pressure. You end up going beyond it, even when you are not aware of it. So it's a discipline that makes it difficult. And as you know, in this life, if you are not disciplined in anything that you do, you'll struggle. So once you are disciplined, and sometimes for those who are married, you need to have one partner who is accountable partner, as we always say in planning. You can't all be the same in terms of your mindset. You can't all be spenders. Someone should be a spender, someone should be a saver, so that the person will always put the other person on track. So that's what you can do. If you can afford a financial advisor, that person will also puts you on your toes.
Well, let me
Once
tell you this.
engage, okay, how far? Where are we? You said you're going.
When I had opened my shop in Bryan, that's what I had to do. I saved up. It was what I was doing. $50, $100, $20, $10, $5. You gotta save. That's how you'll get there. If you're waiting for a huge amount of money before you can start, you're not going to accomplish anything. You'll just be sitting there wishing and hoping. Hmm? That's the way to start. I just said it. Part out here. $10 is all about discipline. If you're somebody who's drinking coffee all the time, cut it off. That little chicken change that you calling chicken change, put it up. You will see by the end of the year, you will see how much you have. And that's the way to go. And some of you that be out there, when you go to the cashier, we'll go to this later. You hold on. When you go to the store, you buy something. You don't got money, but you're telling people to keep the change. That change can be put into one of them things. Fill it up. Once it's filled up, you know that water, the water container, the big blue one, that you can, when you buy it already has water in it, and then you take it back to refill it. That's the one that I'm talking about. Put your change in there. Put it in there. Keep, you buy something, don't you tell it. Don't tell the cashier to keep that change. Put it in there. By the end of the year, end of the month, 3 months, 6 months, 4 months, 5 months, when that thing is filled up, go on, put it aside and sit down and count it. You will be amazed. That's the way to go. You in my live, but you're calling. Let me put this on pause. My dear, don't call. We're live. I'm on business. Don't call. Don't do that. I'm begging you. I will talk to you later. And I've been pretty good talking to you guys through the DM. I'm begging you. Now, what I was supposed to say now, he distracted me. But yeah, put that coffee that you are about to, you buy coffee. Every morning you're buying coffee. Every morning you're buying cappuccino. The list goes on. That money you can save. So if you're out there looking at me, don't you be mad now. I don't owe you anything. Nothing. Moment your mother gave birth to you and raised you, and you became somebody who has, God has given 10 fingers, 10 toes, 10 fingers. You wake up in the morning, you're not sick. You can go out and do something. Because me, myself, sitting over here, not that I'm complaining. Me, myself, sitting over here, you don't hear my trouble. I'm not bringing you my trouble. I'm not bringing you what I can't afford. That I have food to eat today. I'm sick today. What kind of disease and today? Praise the Lord. We don't have to worry about diseases. I ain't coming to anybody with my problem. Some of you need to take self-discipline. The best person to carry your worries and tribulation to is the good Lord. And check this out. You know, when you talk to the Lord, just like I'm talking to you face to face, when you take all your problems and put it in Papa's hand, guess what? You will hear it, you will not hear it in anybody else's mouth. That's the best part about it. So my job here is to come here and educate you where you can be able to stand on your own 2 feet. That's what I come in at. And my page is not about drama. My page is not about bullying people. My page is not about getting you down. None of that mess. I'm educating at the end of the day. I'm creating content, so but at the end of the day, I'm educating. That's what I'm doing, my people. So if you're looking at me, don't you dare think, oh yeah, he got it all going on. Yeah. You don't know what I go through. Some people don't talk about their problem. I'm one of those. I deal with what I can deal with. If I can't handle it, I leave it in Papa's hands. But I ain't something I'm gonna come beat myself upside the head, and then after a while, my mental health start declining. We don't do it down here. We don't do it down here. Hey guys, I ain't gonna be talking too much. They get into this thing down here because you gotta watch the video. But my point to yours stop getting them little chicken change. You got chicken change to them people at the cashier. You got so much money. Oh yeah, you can keep it. I mean it. You don't need it, right? But when hard time comes, that's when you're gonna start crying. Oh, back then days, all them years, I've been telling the people to keep all them chicken change. Here I am, struggling. Huh? Here I am, struggling though. So my dear, save it. Self-discipline is the key. That's my title. All right? That's my title, baby.
Have we done it? What was the challenge? That also puts a bit of
That's my title.
control on yourself. If the person can be your church member, someone that knows about finance, make sure you engage the person. And that will help you to stay disciplined.
It looked like it wants to rain. The clouds are cloudy out there today.
Or invest 3,000 cedis out of my 5,000 every month.
Sure.
But what happened was that, I went to the shop and I saw some things I like. I bought it.
That thing is
So
okay.
that month,
It's
when
fine.
you guys came to my bank to take the direct debit, it didn't work out.
Oh, you can keep the change. I don't need
I was struggling so much that I had to take some more money out.
You're
does that
gone.
look like in
And probably the person that you get a change, it look like you like, hey,
What
she
I
will
always
remember
say
them days.
if you have invested,
She will remember when it hits
you
her.
have a clear goal for that investment of saving. The goal you have will determine the actions that you take. So let's take an example. I have a plan to, let's say, buy a land by the end of the year, and the land is, let's say, going for 10,000. And in that plan, I need to save or invest, let's say, about 1,000 cedis every month. The moment I miss out on 1,000, what happens? It means that my target of 10,000, I won't be able to meet.
Every business owner with people out in the field needs to know about connecting.
That works.
Oh, like you wouldn't believe it. My team puts in their avail.
So when I have the edge to go into the 1,000, because I have a particular goal of 10,000 by the end of the year to buy a land, I restrain myself or I look for other options to get the thing sorted out. So if you don't have a goal that you are passionate about, that is where some of these excesses will happen. Of course, because we are humans, once in a while, this will happen. You can go into your savings or investment, or you may not invest. They are normal. But it should not be a periodic month-to-month thing, unless maybe your goal that you have for yourself, you're not passionate about it.
Well, I mean, you know what happens with habits, right?
Yeah.
So when you form a new habit,
Yeah.
and you break that habit twice, it will cost you so much to get back on track,
Yeah.
back on the new habit.
Mm.
So usually what you should do is that you should not default twice.
Exactly.
Because if you default twice, you're back to default sentence.
Exactly.
Mm.
So as much as possible,
Mm.
try and stick with it. Even if it happens for whatever reason, just go back to it again. That's my advice. Because if you allow it to transcend and it goes on for a very long time, that's where the challenge comes in. You realize that at the end of the year, your target will not be met. And that means that it even discourages you. So a lot of people, they say they go for the savings, then they think that, okay, now savings is not be important. Because I saved this month and I went for it next month.
Yeah.
The question is, what was the purpose? What was the goal for that savings? Is it just putting the money in your account? And you know what we do with savings in this part of the world? We classify savings as a leftover. So we do all our expenses at the end of the month. If I'm left with 200 cedis in my account, I call that savings. That's not savings. A savings should have a purpose and should channel the savings into an investment. But I've told people so many times that you don't need to keep your savings sitting in your account when you can invest that savings into something else. So you have your budget.
And know exactly what is it that you're going to do to it.
Day to day.
You have to sit down
Any other thing
and do your research and see what you're going to put into that.
You push it into an investment so that you even be tempted.
Don't go buy stuff
to
that
see the money in your
that
account every
when
day.
you sit around collecting
People
ducks,
who are not quote unquote very disciplined with money, they have empty.
it's always not what you want to sell. To. What's trending?
They have signed up to all apps.
What is selling out there? That's where you want to go. So
It's not work.
be wise
When you are
when
tempted, the first thing you think
you're
of,
spending your money.
let me go and withdraw.
If it's your first time investor, you need to do a whole lot of research.
Sign up to a number of these things.
Okay, some of the ones we
Yes.
didn't sign up to.
Don't, like ATM card. No, don't be using the ATM card. Don't link your bank account to your wallet. It can easily tempt you.
Right.
So, for example, I don't work with my ATM card, no matter what. Unless I know I'm going to take some money from the bank or some other transfers or online, I don't work with it. I have limited the linkage of my bank account to my wallet so that I won't even be tempted. Because if you want to go and do something, I'm thinking of it, okay, what are the steps? I need to take a car to this place, go and do this, go and do this. It's a lot of work. Okay, I won't do it. I see this nice, I want to buy it. Okay, I don't have money on me. I don't have my account linked between my wallet and this thing. I have to go to the bank. Okay, I won't go, I won't buy it again. But if you have linked up everything, trust me, you'll be tempted. You just have to go with this one, you just on my phone. Let me just do the movement and that's all. And that's what goes against you breaking your budget. But once you break your budget,
He's right.
you create a hole that you always have to fill with income from other sources.
And there are some people that also do window shopping, right?
Yeah.
So they just go and walk around the mall. And if you're walking around the mall, you have your bank card and you have money.
You'll be tempted.
So when the boys call you, that Charlie, let's meet at Accra Mall, and just go around, walk around.
Yeah.
If you know you have a budget, you are saving towards something.
Yeah.
Be fair that.
Exactly.
Why are you going? Because when you go, you will spend that money.
Yeah.
Okay. So the young man is now saying that at 5,000 cedis, you show me how I can do my budget and financial.
You know how you do it?
But the truth is,
He's right.
it is not.
Don't take your bank card with you around. Get you one of them prepaid debit cards and put how much is on there that you need.
to increase
Once it's gone,
your cash flow.
and you go to them
Okay,
stores,
so when it comes to streams
You
of
know,
income, other sources,
not
of
unless if you're doing credit card. Not,
you always have to
don't
understand who you are.
look.
What
Don't get me started on them credit cards, guy.
How much time
You don't want that either.
to earn extra income?
So the best thing
And then
just
When you are
Low
able to
put
answer
cash
this
onto the
question,
little
you are
prepaid
going
card,
to narrow
and
down
then
to exactly what
once it's done, it's done. You don't have to worry about
go into.
receiving
buy
payments to come in
that.
later that you're gonna be
You can do what I call drop shipping, as you all know. I mean, marketing of products.
trying to see how you're gonna pay.
People express interest. You take
None
their
of that.
get at them directing. That's also one of it. About 2 months ago, I did a video on same side hustle. And I used an example of sachet water. If you want to go into sachet water, currently sachet water one is going for about, I think, if I'm not mistaken, about 50 pesos.
Okay.
50 pesos. One is going for 50 pesos.
Okay.
If you buy the bag,
All right, just wrapping up work. I got off a call with a 7-figure client. Oh my goodness, she is crushing. She's going so fast. And here's what's happening. Here's what she's
we have 30 pieces in it.
All right.
30 pieces in the 50 pesos.
So that's 15 CDs.
Yes. But in the bag, you are getting what? 15 CDs.
Yes.
And then you are selling one for what? 50 pesos.
Yes.
So 50 pesos times 30, how much are you getting?
50% times 30 is 15.
15 CDs.
Yes.
Yes. But the bag is 10 CDs.
Right. So you make 5 CDs.
5 CD from each bag that you sell.
There
So
you
I
go.
know that in the day, you are not selling much. But you get somebody to sell it for you that the marketplace and the person is selling, say, 10 CD, 15 CDs, 10 bags or 15 bags. Let's multiply it.
Yes, go in here.
All right. So that means 50 CDs a day.
50 CDs a day.
From 10 bags.
10 bags. This piece a day. Let's assume the person does that for, let's say, maybe 20 days in the week, in a month.
Okay. Times 20. So that's 1,000 CDs.
1,000 CDs. Usually, start to pay them around 100 CDs, 500
Okay.
CDs.
So you take 400 CDs out of it. That means that they brought you 600.
Let's say, assume that for the fridge that is making the water cold, let's say, assuming you spend about 100 CDs, 200 CDs out of that.
Okay. Let's take 200 CDs out of that.
How much are left with?
400 CDs left at the end.
400 CDs. So in a month, you are making an additional
400 CDs from just 10 bags.
10 bags. 10 bags that you bought at 10 CDs. So 10 CDs times 10 is 100 CDs. You have invested 100 CDs by doing this, and you are getting what? 400 CDs out of that. Very simple. But you need to commit your time to it. You need to get the right person to manage it for you, because perhaps you don't have time. And I did this video and I told people that if you want to, for example, buy a land, build a house, you can be earning liters and be able to do that with this. Who couldn't believe it? How? Because now you have used just about, let's say,
10 bags.
10 bags.
To make 400 CDs.
Yes. Let's use about 20 bags.
Okay. So if we do it, we basically do that's 800.
800.
Yep.
800 times 12 is how much?
Times 12, that's 9,600.
9,600. You can get a very good place to buy a land in, let's say, in Sawom and other places, outskirts of Accra. Within a year, you can buy a land.
Okay. It's easy. Patrick, you know, sometimes some of the problem is, right? I'm saving 500 or 100,000 cedis
Yes.
to buy a land
Yeah.
in Dodowa.
Yes.
It's going to take me a year and a half to save that money.
Yeah.
By the time a year and a half is over, that land
The price
has gone up.
Sure. I agree.
How do you mitigate those issues?
So I just gave an example. That person has just invested, let's say, about 200 cedis to get to the 9,000. If I were you and I have space, I would do more.
Right.
So I can
Compensate for the difference.
exactly. So as I do more, let's say we get about 20,000.
Mhm.
End of the year, you can get a land somewhere to start the process.
Mm.
There are some lands that you can even do down payment
That's true.
of the 20,000 or 19,000, 15,000, and you can buy the land, and now you can start the process. It's all about determining in your mind that this is what I want to do. Because for some of us, you don't have any support anywhere. If you don't break that cycle of hand to mouth in your family, you will keep on running that cycle. You'll be out, someone will come and continue, or your children will come and continue, and there will not be any break. It takes discipline to break that cycle by some of these initiatives. So this is just one of them. There are a number of ladies that goes in, buy ladies' bags, the rings, and they also sell it. That's also another way of doing it. I know colleagues who have that at the back of their car. They come to the office, they close, they move from shop to shop, they go to offices, they open it up, and people have to buy it. They convince people to buy some of these things. These are all things you can do to earn extra income. Once you see a problem, then you solve it. How do you solve it? You solve it by providing solutions to the problem. And once you provide solutions to the problem, that's business that you've created. Over time, you realize that you'll be getting so much to do that at some point you feel like, okay, let me leave my day job, which is giving me, let's say, about 2,000, 3,000, 5,000. I did a post some time ago. People were telling me they are earning around 800 cities, 1,000 cities in Ghana. 800,000 cities in Ghana, and you go there morning to evening. If you quit that job and you decide to do this water, at least you get something over time. And that can make you stabilize than going to sit in someone's shop from morning 8 to about 7, 9 p.m. and you are paid 1,000.
Let me stop you here for a minute. If you've been watching this show, I want you to subscribe and become part of the family.
Become part of the family, guys. Just subscribe.
People on this channel. And we appreciate you for being here. But if you haven't become part of the family, connect with us. Hit the subscribe button. And let's carry on the conversation. You understand the feeling job security gives people, right?
Yes,
You understand that feeling.
I understand.
It can be like a prison.
Can be a trap.
But that feeling is also very safe for some people.
Yes,
So some people would rather take 1,500 every single month
yes,
without any stress, no pressure, than to go out and start off making 400 cedis a month. Then in about 5 years, they start making 20,000 cedis a month. You see the way it works,
Sure.
right? For me, I'd rather earn 100 cedis now, knowing that I can make 20,000 cedis a month
yes,
tomorrow.
yes,
But most people would rather take 1,500 today for the next 10 years.
yes.
If you had to choose between flipping a house or flipping dirt, what would you pick? Here's the truth. Land beats houses every time. And I'm going to show you why inside of my upcoming 5-day challenge, where I'm going to teach you how to flip land the simple way and even partner with me on deals. Right? So, hey, my name is Joe McCall. I've been doing real estate for years and years. I've done houses, rentals, lease options, all of it. But once I discovered
light down yet? I will have to turn it off.
No more rehabs, no phone
Because
calls at midnight.
this
just
thing
simple
produce-
deals. Now I want to show you.
They produce a lot of
I've never done
heat.
a real estate deal before. And so here's why land is
And I don't like
no
sweating.
repairs, no renovations. It's
The only
just
sweating that I like
fix
doing
anything. No tenants, toilets, or
is workout sweating.
Feeling that's
That light.
It's a mindset.
okay.
So we have been conditioned to be afraid to take risks naturally. So we are a bit risk averse. We don't want to take risks. Or if you take risks and what if something happens? The first thing you need to keep in your mind is that
Well, if you
the
don't take
35
risks, I don't think you're gonna reach your goal.
just like a wind.
Because it's
So
feeling that you learn
is equally as high as
that you actually reach your goal.
But the mindset is such that we don't see it that way. So it demands that as people continue to hear some of these things, then eventually they begin to see that, oh, I have better options out there. It's always difficult to start. So if you make up your mind that, okay, I'm going to start this, I give myself 3 to 6 months. That will be the difficult aspect, the sacrifice aspect. Beyond that, I expect that things will get better. That will be a better option. And as I said, it's a mindset. The fear is in your mind. The fear of going to start something and to fail is in your mind. But if you start and fail, what next? Or what happens? You're the only person to have started something and failed.
How about the fact that also sometimes you're making that 1,500 and family are even looking up to you?
Yeah.
That 1,500. So you quitting that job would mean that maybe mom's medication at the end of the month will be a struggle. And now you're going to start your own business and nobody knows what a hook would happen if you start. How about all those feelings? How do you overcome that?
So that's why it's always good not to just jump into the business. You start by managing it little by little to see and test the market. So this water business I'm talking about, you can get someone to do just 10 bucks. 10 bucks means that you would have started with 100 cedis to start with. So the person is doing it alongside your business. So you're just monitoring and managing it. So with time, as you begin to see the cycle of that business, you can now progress and say, okay, I've gotten to the point where I think I need to put my maximum effort into this. By that time, you have already gained some experience. But what some people do is that they just hear of a business, they think it's a very good business. People are talking about it. They've not tried it, no testing, they just jump into it.
Yeah.
Next moment, they quit their job and why? I'm going to start this business.
Yeah.
You are going to start. Meaning you have not already started, you've not even engaged that business.
It's the conversation.
Even though you're starting,
Yeah.
it's good to start.
I'm gonna do that.
You still hold on to that other one. Once you know that things going the way you want that one that you're starting to go, then you quit that one.
You start seeing somebody speaking like that, you know that
Unless if you know you have something coming in
speculative.
Yes.
every day, then yeah.
Are you sure he's gonna make a lot of money? Okay, I'm gonna do it. That person quits their job and then they find themselves wanting.
The different world altogether. Yes. So you need to always test because business does not mean that you succeed. A number of people have done so many businesses, they failed. There are even good businessmen today that still have businesses that are failing.
If you want to build an app and have no idea how to code or where to start, check out Base 40.
Of course.
Yes.
And even you yourself.
Yes.
You have 2 businesses
Yes.
that failed.
Yes.
And you spoke about it.
Yes,
on your Facebook.
Yes, I 2 businesses, they all failed. So now when I'm going to another business, I have a bit of experience to know, okay, this has the potential to fail again because of signs that I'm seeing. It maybe doesn't match up with my mindset, it doesn't match up with my personality. So it may not help me. So let me try this because this matches with my personality. If you don't do that kind of introspection, you end up going into a business that's everything will go bad. And don't forget, when the business goes bad, it's not like maybe I've gone to give my money to, let's say, a bank. Bank is no more, but Bank of Ghana says they'll pay. So even if it takes, let's say, 5 years, they'll pay. Business, once it goes down, you lose everything. So it's not a decision that you take lightly by just going with hearsay. I've heard this, I've heard that, this one has done it. The business can even be performing very well in Accra. If you don't take care and you lift the idea to, let's say, Kumasi, it will fail.
Okay. So I was having a conversation with my wife yesterday, and then she was asking me why telehealth services not doing great in many parts of Africa.
Yeah.
And I said, because the market is not ready. We can't just pick it up from the UK, the US, Canada, and then bring it here.
Sure.
The market is not ready. Recently, there was news that came out that Acon's project of $1 billion USD has been abandoned in Senegal. He was going to do some futuristic Wakanda stuff. I was telling my wife yesterday that, look, it's a brilliant idea,
Yeah.
but Senegal is not ready. And then she goes, oh, how about Rwanda? maybe Rwanda could work. And I said, no. The magnitude of project that this guy is going to do it, I said, even Rwanda does not have the numbers in terms of population to even be able to patronize those services. So sometimes as business people, we need to understand that market readiness is very good because that is what business timing means.
Yes.
When the timing meets, the business will do well.
Yeah.
There's been businesses that we've come to Ghana here to do, it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Purely because the market is not ripe enough. Look, there are businesses that have closed down in Ghana, maybe because they came in too early.
Yeah.
If they maybe come back in the next 10 to 15 years, it might work.
Yeah.
Because market is simply not ready
Yes.
for it.
Yeah.
We can't. A lot of the tech businesses in Ghana that are making so much money, I'm seeing them in the fintech business.
Yeah.
They make so much money. Why? Because we're doing a lot of transactions.
Exactly. Yes. It's always an
But you
activity.
see other people that are doing other businesses within the tech business, but it's not working out.
Yes.
They're not getting the numbers because we are simply not ready for certain idea.
Yes.
Somebody says, "Oh, you can make the market ready." No, it's difficult to push the market to be ready. Again, it's like you flow with the tide of the ocean,
Yeah.
rather than against it. So the timing has to be a year in, year out. Perfect, right there.
You got to flow with it,
Several business, I mean,
Razor.
you've seen them.
Yeah.
Several business have
Flow with the flow with the water.
maybe economic reasons, people not patronizing the business. Apparently, both never made profit.
Yes.
Both food never made profit. I mean, this is a big company.
Yes.
You know, Global had to leave.
Yes. Even give.
So I really think that as young people, yes, you want to do business, but be very careful with the copy and paste model that this thing works in Accra. It may not work in Kumasi.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's my story of the first business that collapsed.
All right, talk to me.
So when I qualified as a chartered banker, I wanted to set up a tuition center around Kaswa. That was somewhere 2012 thereabouts. So I got some lecturers who were colleagues, friends in accounting, banking, to set up a school for professional education in Kaswa. At the time, there wasn't any in Kaswa, so that was an opportunity. So obviously, if you don't have markets as in competitors here, you are starting. You think that you have a market over there. So we went ahead, we did our flyers, banners, I printed letters to churches, schools to market it. Then on social media, that was when Facebook was beginning to pick up in Ghana. So I marketed it. The first day I got 5 or 4 people showing interest, coming for lectures. And I had 2 lecturers to take them through, especially that was in accounting, ICA. The next week, 2 people came, 2 didn't come. The third week, nobody came.
That's a lot of, that's a long time.
I lost my flyers. I lost the location. I had to now get money to pay the lecturers for doing 3 weeks of lecture because those who even came in, only one person paid, I think, about half. Everything went down. Why? Because at the time, professional tuition was happening in Accra, Legon, and other places. And people felt that that is where when they go, they'll pass. They are not ready to come and do try and error with a news center. Because for them, they are paying money for the tuition and they expect to get value out of that. No matter who you bring, because the area is Kaswa by its very nature, they thought that, okay, they are not good schools here, so let's go to Accra. The same lecturers will come to teach them at Accra, but they will prefer that than to stay at Kaswa. As we speak today, about 10, 15 years time, now there are schools in Kaswa that people are attending for the same professional education. Because as we said, the time is right.
You were too early.
Exactly. Exactly.
And this happens day in, day out.
Every day.
And sometimes, as a young entrepreneur, the thought of owning a business can be more exciting than the time you need to take to research into your market.
Exactly.
So you want to tell everybody, oh, I own a business. I have myself a business. But it's not even making you any profit. It's not even paying you well enough.
Exactly.
But simply by telling people I own a business makes you feel good about yourself. But I tell you something, young lad, very soon you're going to start telling yourself the truth.
Not sustainable.
at all.
Yeah.
At all. And by the way, on the 29th of August at the British Council, we have the first Connected Minds Live. It is happening, and we've invested so much time, so much resources into that event that is going to happen. It's packed with speakers, packed with knowledge, and I can't begin to tell you some of the things you're going to experience should you show up at that event. So reserve yourself a ticket. I'm going to leave it in the description right now, or you can go to www.connectedmindslive.com and just reserve a ticket. I'm excited about that day because the entire community are coming together. We're going to have a network session an hour before the program, and it's going to last maximum 3 hours. And every speaker is going to
That's a
speak
long
what they're
time.
passionate
3
about.
hours really ain't that long.
Storytelling, but the teaching.
If you're still busy, by the time you know, you'll be gone.
Let's carry it.
Thank you.
Now, financial instruments that people can invest their money in. What would you recommend?
Okay, so when you talk of financial instruments, there are multiple. I'll run through a number of them. So the first thing is that you need to understand what your risk appetite is as a person. When you say risk appetite, you mean that how much risk are you willing to take? There are people that when they have their money with, even with an institution, and they hear that there's fire over there, just the fact that there's fire outbreak at a branch will make them not feel comfortable. That's the level of risk of such people. So if you are a low risk person, you need to know the kind of risk instrument you need to select. If you are someone who has the heart to, carry on a number of risks, then there's a risk instrument for you. So let's start with the low risk. So the low risk investment, of course, in Ghana, there are limited options. So we have the fixed deposit, we have the treasury bills. That's the low.
But why is it low risk? Let me stop you here for a minute. If you've been watching this show, I want you to subscribe and become part of the family
There you go.
Yeah.
While you're at it, your family too. I'm on YouTube, guys.
on this channel.
I'm on
We
YouTube.
appreciate you for being here. But if you haven't become part of the family, connect with us. Hit the subscribe button. And let's carry on the conversation.
Low risk because the possibility of you losing your money is very low. It's not, the possibility is very low. Not that it can't happen. But so far in Ghana, we have not seen it happen. So we call those two low risk.
Okay, before you move up the ladder, if I put my money in any of these two instruments
Yes.
at a certain fixed rate, is it locked in?
It's locked.
Even if there's fluctuations in the rate?
It's locked.
It's
For
locked.
the period that you are doing the investment, it's
It's
locked.
locked. All right, cool.
So fixed deposit treasury bills. And then we have the medium or moderate risks. Moderate risks here, we are talking of mutual funds. In the past, mutual funds used to be part of low risks in Ghana.
Okay.
But now mutual funds are classified as moderate risks. Why? Because mutual funds are invested in some instrument that has the potential to be affected by any economic condition. So for example, mutual funds can be invested in bonds, either corporate bonds or government bonds. Government bonds here means that the institution is going to give the money to government, and government will pay you back your coupons, which is the interest and the principal. We all remember in 2022, when government went into IMF agreements, there was this domestic debt exchange program that affected bonds. So all the funds which were in mutual funds that were invested in bonds.
Listen, it's called connecting, and it's insane. I don't do schedules or timesheets manually anymore.
And it works, were affected. So that's why we classified that investment as now moderate risk, meaning it's in between. It's not too high, it's not too low. Because the possibility of that DDP happening again anytime soon is very low. However, because it has happened before, we don't want to say it is a low risk investment. So you can invest in mutual funds, and the mutual funds, they invest in bonds, as I said. Some of them to invest in shares. So because they are professionals, they know exactly which shares are performing well, and they can invest your money in shares for you. So that's a mutual fund. Then you can do the shares yourself. So you can go into stocks, you can buy local stocks, you can buy foreign stocks. Nowadays, so far, year to date, the stock market has done around 30% or so in terms of appreciation of value. It means that if you had invested in any of the performing stocks, between January and now, your investment would have grown by about 30%. So that's also another area that you can consider. However, it is not low risk because the price of stock or the value fluctuates. So you may have a stock performing very high. The next moment is going up because of industry challenges, news around the the company, buying and selling, people are selling their shares, that will drop the price down. So that's also another option that you can consider. Or you can do foreign stocks. And nowadays, a number of these foreign companies, they have platforms that you can use even in Ghana to buy shares in some of these companies as an option. But then again, as you go into that, you need to understand the market. Don't go and invest in shares with the mindset of a fixed income. Treasury bills.
Listen to the guy that did business twice and failed. Listen to him.
10%.
Listen to him.
10%. It will not fluctuate. Shares is based on the market condition. If it's performing today, it doesn't mean that tomorrow it will perform.
Mm-hmm.
A company can even make profits, but the company can decide not to give shareholders dividends. They will invest into the business. So keep that at the back of your mind as you go into that. Then, if you are going to the high risks, then we are talking of issues relating to gold investments. Nowadays, Bank of Ghana has introduced what they call the Ghana Gold Coin. Basically, you are investing in gold. So the price of gold going up and down will impact on your investments. Last year, when it started, the gold coin was around 45,000 for 1 ounce. It went high to this year, April, 54,000. As we speak, it's around, I think, 38,000, 35,000. It's dropped. It's dropped for 2 reasons. One is that gold price has not gone down much. It's still around 3,400 per ounce. However, it is pegged to the Ghana cedi to $1. So at the time we were talking of 54,000, the Ghana cedi was around 14 cedis to $1. Now, as we speak, the interbank rate is around 10.3. So if you multiply 10.3 by 3,400, that's caused the investment to drop. If the investment or the exchange rate was still 14, you would have seen some appreciation on your investment. So if you are going to Ghana Gold Coin or buy gold investment, which is converted to Ghana cedis, you need to keep at the back of your mind that exchange rates can affect your investment. So those who bought it beginning of the year at 54,000, 51,000, today, they can sell. But if you sell it, you are losing a big loss. So that's why we say it's what high risk investment, volatile. However, it also has the potential to increase your wealth faster than treasury bills, fixed deposit will give you. From beginning of, let's say, 2010 to now, if I'm not mistaken, 2010, I think 1 ounce was around, if I'm not mistaken, I think $700. That's 2010, $700, 1 ounce. As we speak, 1 ounce is $3,400. Check the jump. And it has the potential to grow further because gold is a commodity that every country is in need of. So if you want to go into it, keep at the back of your mind that there can be a fluctuation. However, it's a long-term investment. So if you want to do long-term investment, you go into that. Then now the usual foreign digital assets, the cryptos, is also a financial instrument that you can consider if you want to be playing around the market and have the potential to grow. Again, there's a risk there. You need to make sure you understand the market before you go into it. So all I'm saying, they are all financial products available to you. The one you want to take and the stage of your life will determine the option you choose. If you are, let's say, getting to 60 years, getting to your retirement, you try as much as possible to stay within low-risk investment. Why? Because if something happens, you don't have years to recover.
Tell you something funny before you come in. They said that a man at age 60 is more scared of losing their money than losing their
Exactly. Exactly.
So they have to be careful.
Yes. People like 20, 25, you can take high risks because you want to grow your wealth over a period of time. You know that even if there's a loss this year, next year, I can make a profit, so you have some time. But as we get closer to your retirement, you limit.
One kind of cool thing we can do is turn on our little light show here just to kind of give you a sense of how things are moving. So normally, when you come to the house, before we install all of our stuff, which is the 3 white box,
Your high, a moderate, which is now
people
low.
like I carry away
You
my
usually go for the pension fund, you go to buy some pension. Nowadays, there's even
commercial, you
and
can't
this basically
skip.
means that I go on pension.
There will always be the
Snake gives me my tier 2, or the fund manager gives me my tier 2, which is the lump sum. I can give the lump sum to a pension company or an insurance company and tell them that out of this lump sum, because I'm on retirement, I want you to give me, let's say, 10,000 fees every month from it. They will do the calculation and tell you that if they give you that 10,000, your investment can last for, let's say, 15 years before it goes down. So someone say, okay, I want to do that because on top of that, Senate is already paying them their monthly, so they just want that as a supplement. So that investment is also there. You call it annuity. Or you can give it the same money to the pension company and tell them that I want you to do your calculation. Tell me how much money you can be paying me from now till I'm no more. And they will do the calculation and tell you, and that will be added to your money. So there are options out there for people. Depending on how aggressive you want to grow your wealth, you go for the option that works for you. This year, the option that people are going for, because treasury bills have dropped, are equities or shares. People are investing into shares. However, the share market, as I said, it fluctuates. Sometimes you can even go to a broker, fill a form that you want to buy shares of a company A, company B. It can take like 2 months. The share is not available because nobody is selling. Because everybody has seen the potential in the market and they're all keeping their investment. So that is an option that people are doing now. But if you can't go into that and you still want to do something that is moderate, then you can now go into mutual funds, which are also doing quite well on the market.
I think you really need to break it down.
Okay.
Your top 3 options for somebody who has 100,000 right now to invest. Where would you advise them to put it?
If the person wants to take moderate and low risks, first option will be a mutual fund. Okay, mutual fund. Invest in mutual funds.
How much of that money would you put in?
If the money is mine, I will do 50,000 mutual funds.
Yeah,
Direct
I
mutual
said,
funds.
family, baby, family.
So the mutual
That's
fund
it.
is
That's where
an
the money
investment that you cash out
family.
on your own at your own time. It's not like fixed deposit where it's for 3 months, 6 months. It's like a fund for you, and the fund grows with time. They are investing the money and it's always growing. So as and when I want it, I cash out. So currently, we have some institutions that are doing mutual funds beginning of the year to now, around 23%. So that's what you calculate on your fund. So 50,000 times 23%, that will give you how much your fund would have grown as we speak today. So mutual fund will be my first option because I'm getting about 23% out of that. Then I'll keep 20,000 to this in buying shares myself. And let me go back to the mutual fund. The mutual funds, there are about 3 types of mutual funds. We have what we call the money market mutual fund. Here, they invest the money in treasury bills and fixed deposit for you. But because they are investing in volumes, for the fixed deposit, they're able to get higher rates than if you had gone to the bank to invest. Perhaps you go to the bank with 100,000, you are getting less about 15%, 12%. They are doing it in millions. So they can go and negotiate for, let's say, 20%, 90% for the fund. And they spread to everybody within the fund. So that's what we call money markets. And because they are invested in the treasury bills and fixed deposit, the rate is, as I said, low risk. Then you have what you call balanced mutual fund. Balanced mutual funds, as the name suggests, they invest some in fixed deposit treasury bill and some in stocks. So it's a portfolio of investments that manages by itself. Risks here, low risks here. At the end of the day, you get some value out of that. Then we have what you call equities as a mutual fund. Here they invest purely in stocks. So they invest purely in stocks, and that gives you some return. So my 50,000 will go into mutual funds. If I'm someone who wants to take moderate and low risks, then 20,000, as I said, will go into shares. Then the remaining 30,000, I'll put them into treasury bills.
How long will it take you for that money to turn into $1 million?
It depends. If I get in about 30% on the mutual fund, it shouldn't take me more than 5 years. I'll be able to grow it to that point.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you think? All right. You see, for me, I always say that when you're trying to grow your money, investments are great. It's just one avenue. Which you've laid it out beautifully. There is business as well. And then even business, you can do several businesses to bring in more cash. Then you invest. Of course, it could be real estate, it could be whatever. You must have several avenues to grow your money. Not just, okay, I've got $1 million and I want to invest that money in mutual fund. Just as you've laid out. It needs to go into several places. But if you certainly don't have an appetite for businesses, then this is a great option.
Perfect.
For you.
Perfect.
Because
ChatGPT, what's a future-proof business in 2025?
A future-proof business in 2025 is
there are some businesses that will give you much better cash flow than putting the money at the bank.
Yes. I agree.
right?
I agree.
Much, much better. I mean, I know people making loads of cash every month.
Yes.
That's why I asked you, how is it going to turn into $1 million?
Yes.
Because some of these people, I mean, $1 million is like, what the? And this one is just, it's taking a bit longer, but
Yes.
it's safer. It's long term. You know, the issue we have here is a lot of young people will listen to this conversation and think, oh yeah, okay, right, crypto is going to make me money. Forex is going to make me money. Shares. So I'm going to go in very quickly to turn the money around. What do you have to say to that?
So again, it comes back to what is the goal of the investment? How much risks are you willing to take? If I want to take high risks because I see a potential, then I'll keep less about 20-30% of my investment in cryptos because I see a potential for it to grow there. And I have age on my side.
Did you see the video of this man that lost, I think, 400,000 cities that he said he wanted to kill himself?
Yes, I saw it. I saw it. So sometimes it's the way guys who are into crypto also present some of these things. They make it sound like it's all well and good, pay forward, cash out season investments. It's always like that. I have done crypto before. When it started, I went into it. At the time, the market was still developing. At some point in time, I lost interest in it. I know people who have gone into it. Just about 2 weeks ago, I had an interview with one crypto expert, and he told me how much he made and how much he lost. So if you want to go into that space, yes, but give yourself time. Don't be in a rush to try to turn things around quickly. I always say that if you want to turn things around quickly by getting so much money, go into business. Go into business because all these instruments I'm talking about are instruments that will build over time. And once you have age on your side, you build over time, provided you can have the patience to be able to do that.
This your crypto matter just made me. I just remembered something. I've invested so much myself and my business partner. We've invested so much money into crypto. We started doing that, I think, about 7 years ago.
Okay.
We still haven't seen it. You know, I keep asking him because he's quite, you know, involved. I keep asking him, Ed, are we going to be billionaires? Is it ever going to happen? Because we keep waiting. And it's not happening.
Exactly.
Because it's, you know, we're doing it for the long term. But
Yeah.
when? It's been 7 years. You know, but recently somebody contacted me. Somebody I know.
Okay.
You know, one of my Ugandan mates. You know, I've done some work with him in the past. And you know, he kept watching. I need an account. And then I, you know, gave him a trading account, £1,000. Within 3 days, the guy blew the account.
Wow.
3 days. So, but then
Tell me about it, right?
And then see, this will happen where young people say, I can turn it around. I can.
I've never been a part of something from the beginning. Everybody sees a big tourist town that has property that
Money comes so fast, money goes so fast.
Exactly.
It's a very in out
Yes.
kind of concept.
Mm-hmm.
You know, long term, it's always good. It's always gonna favor people.
Yes. Very true. We shouldn't see wealth creation as a sprint where you just go 100 meters dash, you are done. You are wealthy. You know. If you go that route, you won't have the muscles to manage it, even if it comes. Most people who have made that kind of wealth in a very short time, most of them were not able to manage it. So
There you
it's
go.
always good to build it up. Of course, if you get an opportunity to speed it up a bit, do that. But young people are, some of them, let me use some, we have this mindset that the world is running. So if I don't do mine and cash out now, I'll be left behind. And that is not to say that, I mean, if you see an opportunity, you don't take it. It's good to take it. But that mindset will eventually push you into areas that you will be struggling to come out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what is leading some people into even fraud, crime, because we see people 40, 50 years driving certain cars. You have 25 years and you want to drive the same car. You don't know how many years it took the person to buy that car. You even start with a car that you can afford. They want to drive the same car. So any opportunity, whether it's bad or good, they want to jump onto it.
Yeah.
And by the time you realize, they will tell you I'm doing this, and that's what's giving me that. But in reality,
That is something else.
something else. And eventually, life will catch up with them, and that's where you begin to see, oh, this is what they were actually doing.
Mm.
So don't just be watching people posting here and there, and they are telling their story, and they're just jumping onto it. I did that, and you're also going to try it. You go into it, it's not like that. Then now you have to do what they did to get to where they are, and realize that you have gone deep into the issue.
You're just covering up,
Yes,
trying to do something else to make it look like that is what is giving you the money.
exactly.
But that is not it.
No.
Wow. Senior, is there anything is there any question I could have asked you for us to discuss that I haven't?
I think that we've by and large we've touched on almost everything within the financial planning space. We just need to, as a matter of fact, if you're a young person, aside all the investment I've mentioned, one investment that you should consider doing is the personal investment plan. Okay, it's more like a retirement plan. It works with compound interest, and I believe you understand that you are a master of compound interest. Compound interest basically means that you build interest upon interest, and it works perfectly with age. So the longer period you have ahead of you, the later it grows. Yes,
I mean, it
grows like that.
It grows with you.
Yes. So it doesn't matter whether you are in Ghana, you are outside Ghana, whatever country you find yourself, there are compound interest investment. In Ghana, we call it the personal investment plan for most of the pension companies, or some banks even do that. If you're a young person, you're around 25 years, start something. You can decide to even do 50 cedis every month. What I always tell people is that because we know of inflation, this kind of investment has what we call inflation protector. Okay? So it means that every year or every time you can decide to increase the amount you are contributing by looking at inflation. And as you do that, you see that the fund will also be growing over a period of time. So if you're a young person, you just started your first job, I mean, buying the car is nice, building the house is nice, but when you buy the car, you build the house, and that is not generating any revenue for you when you go on retirement, you struggle. Because don't forget, research shows that when you are even paying SNIT and you go on retirement, whatever SNIT is giving you is just covering about 67% of your living expenses. So the remaining about, let's say, 35% who covers for that? And don't forget, when you go on retirement, that's why you go to the hospital very frequently, and you need to chill. No stream of income is coming beyond your SNIT. So that's why they've created this additional one so that you can contribute into it. And you don't need much to go into that as beyond your other investment that you are doing. So for me, that's one of the things that I would advise people to do and consider. I have multiples of that because I think that however upbringing that I came from by way of my family, I expect my children to have a better one. So if they should have a better one, it starts with me. I have to take the step today. I don't have to wait for them to come and blame me tomorrow. Not to say I'm blaming my dad, but at the time, if that option was there, I'm sure we'd have done it. And today, by the time I would have finished university, I would have gotten some 500,000 cedis waiting for me to start life with. Assuming you have that for a child to start life. The child is starting life with something that they can comfortably use to build and create better wealth. But we start or put our children by starting life from, most of us, from a valley. So your child is standing in the valley and is competing with someone who is standing on the mountain. By the time the child gets to the mountain, the guy is already 60 years. He's going on retirement.
Wow.
I hope you get a point.
Yeah, that was a good analogy.
Yes. So put the child on the mountain at the time they are ready to start work. Let them progress from there. Don't put them in the valley by not taking the steps today.
Wow.
Thank you. I
Thank you.
received that. What's the best advice you ever received?
Don't let people see that you are in need of money. That's the best advice. Someone else. Don't let people see that you need money from them. When people see that you need money from them, they take advantage of you. They don't respect you.
Yeah.
So don't create that opportunity and avenue for them where they see you as, in quotes, a beggar, requesting or needing some money from them. That's the best advice. So whatever you do, every financial decision you take, ask yourself, will this decision help me to stand on my own and not to be seen as needing
Say that
someone for money.
So did you know that some of the biggest market gains
Yeah, they
don't
got.
happen during the day, but actually overnight?
Guys, we got about two
That's the
that.
best
Let's listen.
So that means
We'll
that if you're
finish.
working
We'll
for
be back
someone,
later.
you don't eventually rely on your salary. The moment you have to wait for your salary to hit your account before you spend, or you get something to spend in the month, you're not there yet. Get to a point where even if your salary delays for 2 months, 3 months, you're comfortable. In that way, people respect you. Otherwise, nobody respects you, no matter who you are. Once you get to the point where you need people to support you with money, or you need to fall on people for money, there's no respect.
You lose respect.
It's gone. And you can't recover.
Wow.
Yes.
Motivation or discipline?
Discipline.
Senior, I'd like you to recommend a book on self-improvement, money, finance, business.
I think it's a book that most people have talked about so many times. Rich Dad Poor Dad.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
For me, it's a classic. When you talk of books, just like we have for movies, for me, Rich Dad Poor Dad is a classic. It changes your mindset. You get to see life from developing and creating assets. Once your mindset is always, how can I create an asset? How can I create an asset to generate income for me? You don't take certain decisions. So that's the book that I recommend. Once you get that book sorted out, I'm sure others can just be an addition to it.
You heard it here. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
The circumstances on which we had this conversation today, the viewers will never get to know. But it was divine.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, there was a lot of information out there. A
Yes.
whole lot.
Heard everything you need to know about financial planning and budgeting. And I hope you put this into practice because, as he also said, discipline is more important than motivation. And that is what is going to allow you to stay ahead of the game. Don't forget that if you've made it to the end, I really want to know in the comments. Thank you so much for your time, and share this for somebody else to also get to see it. My name is Derek Abaiti. Stay connected.
All right. Yeah, that was a whole lot of good information, guys. We will be back later on live to do more videos. And I will see you guys on the other end. Thank you for tuning in. Sure do appreciate it. This is your only one girl. Today we are also known as Hannah Says Breading Stars. So, while we are here talking about business, guys, I do have an appointment. Okay. Don't call me on the last minute. Book ahead of time. That way I know to prepare for you. Okay. But yeah. Story time. I'm gonna repeat myself again. We had did a little bit of story time earlier about Morovia. Certain part of Morovia, they don't want people sitting on the side of the road. That's to keep the city clean. So wherever the markets are, people that they're shipping you guys to go sell your market, that's where your needs to go. Because you don't want, they will arrest you. Okay? They will arrest you if they see you sitting on the side of the road. It does the same thing over here in the United States of America. Ain't nothing new, people. Anywho, guys, I'll see you later. I'll be back now. I'll be back. You guys just share my post. All right? Thank you very much. Okay, dokie. And this is going to stay just like this. Okay? Because we're going to be back. See you later now. Bye for now.